2, 1.
Hey! That is not at all commensurate with how I'm feeling at the moment. What a night it was. I've got to tell you, I've never been to anything like this in my life. Also, it's a bit of a shock being around so many people.
Hey, everybody, I am the only masked person at the Democratic National Convention, which means I'm going to be healthy the entire time I'm here reporting for you.
I cannot remember when I was in that kind of crowd. Maybe the last time I went to a baseball game when my daughter was in middle school. that might have been the last time. Or the US Open. So it was fascinating. Everybody was going in different directions. I don't think anybody quite knew where they were going or what they were supposed to be doing. But what made that okay, like it didn't feel, I mean, it was a little chaotic, but it didn't feel desperate because of why we were there or why we are here.
It is so good to be with everyone this evening in this hall and everyone at home. This is going to be a great week.
We're there to make sure that Kamala Harris is elected as the next president of the United States. And we're not just doing that because we don't want Donald Trump to get anywhere near the White House again. We're doing it in some ways, much more importantly, because she's the right person at the right time. I never believed in my lifetime that we would be on the brink of officially nominating a Black woman to be president of the United States as the Democratic candidate. I never allowed myself to believe that a Black woman could actually be president. And I don't mean could as in has the ability to be. I mean, because I've known that since I was a little kid and Shirley Chisholm ran for president. What a woman she was. Speaking of glass ceilings being chipped away at. I mean, could as in the American people might actually come to their senses and do something that should have been a realistic possibility a long time ago. It kind of reminds me of the idea that progress is never linear, because I also never believed that there would be marriage equality.
In a landmark decision, the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled that states cannot ban same-sex marriages.
In my lifetime, it just seemed unthinkable. And then we had marriage equality. I mean, I don't mean to suggest that it's something that just happened like automatically as if by magic overnight. Obviously, it took decades of many, many people fighting for the right and many struggles to get there. But the fact that it happened at all was extraordinary. And then, of course, there's the inevitable backsliding.
Critics call it the Don't Say Gay bill. Supporters call it the Parental Rights in Education bill. And now Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has signed it into law.
Just as we saw the inevitable backsliding after our first Black president was elected, something else I didn't think I'd ever see. There's always pushback against progress because there is a very powerful negative force that wants to bring this country back.
You know, I don't want to sound too much like a chauvinist, but when I come home and dinner's not ready, I go through the roof.
And right now that's represented by Donald Trump. And because the Republican Party has chosen to make him its standard bearer, that very strong malign force, which used to be contained within the worst 25% of us, is now in excess of 40% of the country, because that negative force has been empowered by Donald and the Republican Party. But here we are. Here we are.
These extremists want to take us back, but we are not going back. We are not going back.
Fighting against that. And for the first time in a long time, I actually believe we're going to win that fight. And hopefully with that victory will come a very rigorous self-examination and accounting of what we need to do to make sure that that backsliding doesn't happen again. Because we cannot afford these wild swings between progress and regression. It costs us too much. We lose too much. And I don't want to bring anything down. This is the most optimistic I have felt in years. I believe in the possibilities being offered to us. I do, wholeheartedly. But you don't make progress by ignoring where you came from or what you've been through. We have to get through this process together. And the only way we get stronger, the only way we get to the point where we have shored up our democracy enough so we no longer need to be afraid that we will be at the mercy of a fascist movement that has gained the strength that this one has. We have to process our grief and acknowledge our loss. It's part of being human, and it's part of what will make us stronger as a country. And I believe that Vice President Harris and Governor Walz are the people to do that. They are empathetic. They are strong. They know how to fight. They care about other people. They care about this country. They have a vision that includes all of us. And to be here and see this unfolding makes me proud to be an American, as awkward as that is for me to say. And I've got to think about why that is. But it makes me feel proud to be an American in the first time in so many years, I can't even count them. So we will keep bringing you our insights and perspectives on what's happening at the Democratic National Convention on to day 2.